Sheikh, what are you doing?
I'm going through my notes for the journey of the hereafter, that ROC training program, the ROC Retreat program, which we are planning in Markfield, inshallah ta'ala, in 2 weeks. I'm going through these notes of the journey to the hereafter. I'll be talking about death, and I'll be talking about the signs of a good ending versus the signs of a bad ending, and from there on I'll be talking about, I'm going through all my notes and I'm so excited. I'm going to be talking about the grave, which is the world of the barzakh. What are the signs of the grave actually exists? Because some people think once they die it's all over, but in fact once you die it's just the beginning. So what are the evidence, from the Quran and the Sunnah that in fact there's something called the world of the barzakh, and then the causes of the punishment of the grave, and also an-najat, how can you save yourself from the punishment of the grave? And then we'll be talking about the blowing of the trumpet, or the blowing of the horn. What is this horn, and who is responsible to blow on that horn? And then the blow of the resurrection, when people will be all resurrected in that land of resurrection. And then I'll be talking about that land of resurrection, what happens in fact in that land of resurrection. How would people be resurrected, and how about those people who will be put under the shade of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Who are those people who will be put under the shade of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? I'll be talking about the shafa'ah, which is the intercession. Who shall give that intercession? Is it just the Prophet, or is it the believers, or is it the al-malaika, the angels, or is it also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? I'll be talking about the coming of the Lord subhanahu wa ta'ala, and who are the very first people that will be brought, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will speak to in the day of judgment. And then I'll be talking about the hisab, which is the day of accountability. I'll be talking about the very first people that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will talk to, and the very first nation that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will talk to, and the very first أول ما يحاسب عليه الإنسان, the very first deed that we will be held accountable for in the day of resurrection. And I'll be talking about still in the day of resurrection, in Yawm al-Hisab. I'll be talking about al-umr, your life. What did you do with your life? What did you do with your wealth? What did you do with your ilm? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed you with. And then also al-qasas, which is the settling of the matters that happen not only between the believers but also between the animals themselves. We'll be talking about the mizan, which is that way, what is put in that scale, on that way. What would weigh? Is it just yourself or your deeds or what not? And what are the things or the deeds that put lots of weight in the mizan of al-hasanat, or in the mizan of that scale? And then the sirat, what happens in that sirat? Who should cross that sirat? And what happens, underneath the sirat, and what's in the other end of the sirat? So many beautiful things, in fact, to that journey. I'm so excited. On top of that, we'll be having qiyam al-layl, we'll be making dua, we'll be having some activities. It's all in that ROC Retreat. Please check me out on my Facebook page, Sheikh Riad Ouarzazi, or on my webpage, www.roctraining.com. Jazakumullah khair, wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.